It's the National Football League on EA Sports, as we see the two teams who fought back in Super Bowl 37. Great game in store for y'all. Next on Madden Football.
We're about 20 miles from the Gulf of Mexico at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa, as we bring you the NFL on EA Sports. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, excited for this one. Partner, what are we looking at here as this game gets rolling?
You know, I think this game is quite interesting in the fact, Mike, that I feel like before every week's matchup, we sit up here and we talk about quarterbacks and the passing game. And obviously, that is the direction the NFL has been headed for the last couple years. But in this matchup here today specifically, I think both these offenses want to flip that on its head. They want to control the clock, time management, ball control. Don't be afraid to punt the ball away and play defense. It's a little bit of an old school philosophy, but you have to do whatever it takes to win each matchup, and I think both of those formulas of these two teams are very similar.
On the return is Dylan Laube. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
Don't let this guy's laid-back personality fool you, Mike. He is a tremendous presence to have in your quarterback room. Not only does he have the ability to manage the game at a high level, but your team has a legitimate chance to beat anyone in the league whenever he's under center. Now, I don't know if I'd classify him as a long-term solution, but he's certainly someone every franchise they would love to have.
And he's going to be hit and dropped behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this one.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll stick with Madison. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up second and long. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. From the gun, here's Minshew. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On fourth down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
You know, you have to feel good, Mike, seeing Baker Mayfield back established as a franchise NFL quarterback. He had such a tough journey these last couple years, bouncing around multiple spots around the league. And then last year, down in Tampa, he has a chance to get them to the NFC Championship game just a few plays away. If he continues to play up to his potential, this team's going to be tough to beat.
And the reception for Chris Godwin. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll send a tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, Baker. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
One of the tight ends motions right. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. He'll tuck it and take off. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now a run with the rookie out of Oregon. And he'll work his way down inside the 40. Nate Hobbs in from his corner spot to make the stop. Here's 2nd and 6. Right back to Irving. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Divine Diablo there to make the play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's 3rd and 2. They send Godwin in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding. Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he's going to have a Bucs first down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
A give. This is Irving. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They send Evans in motion. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Now, screen set up for Irving. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On first down, here's Irving. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They send Evans in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On the ground, it's the tight end. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Go, Keith. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bucs will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes Amir Abdullah on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. Minshew. He gets this one to Tucker.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Back is Minshew. Here's a screen set up for Madison. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's Minshew now on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
It's a really critical conversion here because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3-and-out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive and at the very least, see if you can come away with some points.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Again, it's Madison. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Now Minshew. He's got the tight end Mayer. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
2nd and 7. He'll toss this one out to Madison. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
In motion is Myers. To the air on 3rd down, it's Minshew. He's got it at the 7, and he's in. DJ Turner. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Raiders will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Now it's Bucky Irving to return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. First and 10. They send Godwin in motion. Mayfield to throw it here on first down. With the middle of the field, he's got Evans. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Harris Evans on the scoreboard. We'll have more from Tampa after this. Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. He finds his tight end, Keith. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll go again here with Irvin. And he'll get forward for a couple. Robert Spillane spills him there. Second down and 8. On the handoff, it's Irving. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Irving. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Robert Spillane spills him there. Third down, 3 to go. A tight end in motion now. On 3rd down, it's Irving. A good run there to the 34-yard line. That is a 1st down. On the ground, it's Irving. And that one not going to net too much. He'll get this down to the 31. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll run it. It's Irving. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
They send Godwin in motion. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. Turnover on down.
The Raiders offense and Gardner Minshew going to take over once again. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Tucker. Throwing on 1st and 10, it's Minshew. He runs with it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
That one caught by Tucker. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Raider 1st down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early 1st down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike. Touchdown, field goal, but either way, I'm coming away with points.
A nice nimble run as he manages to pick up 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. This one into the hands of Marshall. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Straight ahead, here's Madison. Mark him right on the 15, and the march continues. That is a 1st down picked up on the ground.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll run right side with Madison. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with Madison. And he's going to bring this one close to a 1st down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. 3rd and a yard. In motion is Myers. On 3rd and a yard, it's Minshew. He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Vegas. Carlson now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Raiders will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Buccaneers 7.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. On the return is Sean Tucker. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Buccaneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back from Tampa after a timeout. On 2nd down, Baker. A high throw there, but a nice job to go up and get it. 17 yards on that play. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
Now he'll run it, and he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Mayfield to throw. This one caught left side by Evans. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Baker to throw. That's caught left side by Otten. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. Throwing is Baker. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This about as short as you can get. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Bucs are back within 4 at 14-10.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw, Minshew. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Tucker. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they'll try to keep it going. They'll motion a tight end right. A short one there to Otten. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
On second down, a run with Irving. And he nearly got the first down there. We'll give him 9 yards, but setting up a very manageable 3rd and 1.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
That's caught. It's Evans. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They go play action with Mayfield. That's his tight end, Otten. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. 17 yards that time to number 17.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
This one caught at the 4. He's in. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there. Ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
McLaughlin now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Buccaneers move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Laube now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. The Raiders offense ready for their first possession of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Tucker. Off the play fake, it's Minshew. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan. Because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons, he can spread the ball out and find the open space.
1st and 10 now from the 36. They'll run up the middle. It's Madison. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On 2nd down, here comes Madison. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. They'll fake the give, and now it's Minshew. And that'll be in and out of his hands. It's incomplete.
can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders have tied it at 17.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Irving now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The veteran Mike Evans, he's heading back out onto the field with the rest of the Tampa Bay offense. They'll start out first down and 10. Now Mayfield. It's complete to Evans. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. Mayfield. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. A pass, it's complete. It's Shepard. Third and long. Here's Mayfield. He'll look underneath here for Irving. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. The drive starts with a run by Madison. Not much. Second and long coming up. They'll go here with Madison. And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7. It'll bring up 3rd down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. And he's going to have enough for the first down. They'll mark him up at the 39-yard line.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Raiders.
The shotgun, a throw from Minshew. That one caught by Tucker. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, here's Minshew. First down throw there is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up the key 3rd down?
Crazy. Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He'll try and throw with Minshew. Gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Automatic first down.
Now it is 1st and goal. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Tie game, 4th quarter. What a sequence looming here as we get to 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he will dive into the end zone. Amir Abdullah. Touchdown, Raiders. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Now Carlson to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Raiders will go up by 7.
Buccaneers 17.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
On first down is Mayfield. There's Evans. He's got it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Throwing on second down, Mayfield. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Open man, left side, he's got it. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
One of the tight ends in motion right. Mayfield to throw on first and 10. That's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Baker going to give it to Irving. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Right back to Irving. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Now Mayfield. This one is caught by Shepard. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. They'll run with Irving. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
A give. This is Irving. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Mayfield to throw. Godwin working the right side.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Here comes Otten in motion. From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. That one taken in. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to get back at it. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with first down. They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Here's a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. And that is incomplete.
This offense defense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Raiders have their punt team out there. Important punt here in this tie game late. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. He's got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Baker. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Baker to throw. To the left side, to Godwin. 13 yards on that pass play. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, 4th quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. They go right back to Godwin. He's got it again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On the handoff, it's Irving. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. A massive play here. Late, tie game, 3rd down. He'll send a tight end in motion right. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Max Crosby, motor always running, gets there for the sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punch it away. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. On the return is Tucker. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. We're all even. 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. On the give, this is Madison. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up for 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. He gets this one to Tucker. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Throwing is Minshew. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
That's a tough incompletion right there. Feels like that down was their only chance to extend this possession enough to end this game in regulation. I think the smart move here now is you have to punt this ball away. You cannot risk a 4th down failure and give your opponent a short field to get a chance to win it themselves.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Buccaneers offense. And their running back set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Here's 1st down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Mayfield. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. That's caught, left side, it's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the 4th. This is 1st and 10. They'll run. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run here. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. One of the tight ends motions right. They'll keep it on the ground. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This to win the game. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So a win here for the Buccaneers. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away 3-point victory. And that'll do it For my partner, Greg Olson, for our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers get the win, as we say so long from Tampa.